Okay, we'll move to the study session agenda. The first one is fire department, permission to hire a paid call person.
With the resignation of Eric Unruh, we had a position open for paid call. So we have a pretty good list going for paid call of people waiting to get on. Caden Young interviewed successfully for that position. We would like to move forward with him next week. He is currently at HCC going through fire science right now as well. So he's probably a good candidate for the future.
Okay, public lands and facilities, Wayne Burns.
Okay, the cemetery is looking to build a couple more burial islands. The one that we built in November is already full. We have budgeted one for the 2021 season, and I recommend that we do two and control it through our operational cost. And the street department is going to do all the labor and provide everything. So I did price it out at $3,200. Last time it was $1,507. We haven't got the quote from the street department yet on how much it will be, but I think that'd be the best practices.
Okay, bring it.
Get it put together, bring it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Jeff Woodward, Public Works.
First item is our 2021 subscription to iWorks, Public Works module. With iWorks tracks fleet management, work orders, sign inventory, and sewer management. We received an invoice for the 2021 subscription in the amount of $5,480. We're asked to put together estimates to extend North Front Street. So we've done that. It would be easier to handle over two seasons. First one to do the curb and gutter and base, $40,725 for materials only. To construct the entire street, just under $175,000. If we do this in-house, it will affect our availability to reconstruct some of the other streets we had planned for two in 2021, and this could reduce that down to one. Two was pretty aggressive anyway. So whatever the commission would like to do, we certainly can do this work in-house, but it just affects other items. So.
Okay, we are negotiating on a development east of Pizza Hut. You know, right now, we've been turned down for the cost share by the state. They only had $5 million to give out at KDOT, and they had 86 requests. And the frontage road was not a priority when you start to see a main traffic area in another community. So I asked Jeff to put this together. I think we can work this over a 2-year period, particularly if we take that west half as he's given it and get the east half running to the back of the property at a later time. We will have almost right now in the negotiation just under $200,000 from the developer. And so this will take care of everything that we do there. Remember that we still have to pave this thing. And so if we did it with concrete, we have another charge, which will be maybe open to negotiation with the developer, but have to have some kind of plan to wrap this up so they can make a decision one way or the other. If we do this, I would still put in for a cost share if any work that we do doesn't make us ineligible. But if it does, I'll put in for an economic development piece, of which we will need a lot less money than what we needed if they would have approved the other project, which was almost $900,000. So from that standpoint, I would hope that the timing of this would be such that we can do the west half. You still will do one more street in
We
the
hope to.
plan, and then you'll be able to do another one in the west half in 2022. That was my hope. No discussion.
When do we have to make that decision? I guess that's.
If you are willing to embrace this strategy, we will work with the developer to get the best deal that we can. There's still a chance that we won't get the development, but we will still come back with the development again.
So would the developer actually pay for the materials and costs, or would that? be
They've
the city?
already agreed to pay no more than 194,000 some odd dollars. I don't remember. So that's in the agreement right now. We may work to get that up a little bit, or to talk about if we can't get cost share, or is there another way that they could do this? And then would they cover some of this under CID? Which would solve a little bit of the problem too. And that would ultimately solve the paving in the end, which would not have cost us in a streets budget. But all we're bringing forward today is, are you willing to, not so much the numbers, but to use this concept to try to get this development done?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. We have a agreement to ask city attorney and myself to include this in the negotiation. If we don't get the development, we don't get it. It won't cost us anything. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. The next item, we have 100-foot curb and gutter and 100 feet by 3 feet street patch needed in front of 1116 and 1118 Eastmore. We put together an estimated amount of $2,023.43.
Bring it next week.
Okay. We need to replace the tires on the Bobcat skid steer. We received 2 quotes. The lowest quote was from Canton Tire Service Center Incorporated in the amount of $1,360 for 4 12-ply, 16.5-inch Galaxy Hulk tires, and that price includes mounting.
This is not the Bobcat that we trade every year,
Every 2 years,
every 2
Yeah.
years. Okay.
it is. But the tires are bald. I've received a call for the projects for the City Connecting Link Improvement Program. City Connecting Links for McPherson are US 56 and Kansas Avenue, 153 from the intersection of 153 Kansas Avenue south to the south city limits, and Main Street from Kansas Avenue to the railroad tracks. Applications are due March 12th, 2021 for the 2023-2024, and that's fiscal year 2023-2024. There are 3 categories of projects under the CCLIP program. First is surface preservation with a maximum of $300,000, pavement restoration, maximum $1 million, and geometric improvements for a maximum of $1 million. Cost split is based on the city's population. McPherson falls into the population 5,000 to 24,999, which is a 90-10 split, and that's a minimum. For surface preservation projects under The Clink project, it used to be a 50-50 split for populations over 5,000. The intersection of 56-153 is currently under design and received funding through this same program. The oldest Clink route is 81 Business. We could resubmit the application for this one. Justin's put together an estimate for Main Street, Kansas Avenue to the UP Railroad in the amount of $347,536. The minimum local match is 10%. Only the roadway is eligible. Parking areas would be 100% on the city. It may enhance our chances if we increase the city's cost share. So a 10% local match would equate to about a little over 57,000. And then just to give you a slide, 50% would be 186,263. And we can participate anywhere. I just give those for examples. If we decide to apply for that, we applied for this the last go around and it wasn't selected for funding. So,
What, did we have a participation last time, or has participation gone in just since then?
I think we put it in at 30% last time.
Just so everyone knows, when we looked at the fall retreat, we had this slotted in our 10-year plan in the year of 2022. And we had a city cost share at $121,754. So it is included in the 10-year plan if it gets funded.
So that 121,
So
I believe,
so
was at the
that
30%.
budget amount would be the 30,000.
I believe so, yeah.
I guess we can try and see what
We
happens.
can make another attempt at it.
Yeah,
Okay, and keep it at the 30%.
I guess so, unless between you and Janetta, we have another way to increase it so that we can get more likelihood.
All right.
Okay, anything else on study sessions? Okay,
It's not really a study session item, but just a reminder, we will be meeting at 10:30 next week. And if you do have, I've talked to the mayor, I haven't talked to Larry or Gary. If you have items, I'd like to get that over there to the county here by middle of the week. So if you've got items, I will send you a list of preliminary items that we've kind of come up with. I'll talk with the mayor one more time here. We'll send that out to you. And if you've got additions to make to that list, if you guys can let me know what you want, I'll reach out to the county and we'll make sure we get those added. And they may have some items as well that they want to discuss. So we'll kind of go from there. And that will be at the county building. That'll be at the
yeah,
old Bank of America building on
Yeah.
Marlin,
122 West Marlin,
on the very first floor. Yeah.
first floor, it's been remodeled. Okay, all right, anything else? I don't believe we have any items to bring